right into the Las Vegas market today. We've got 20 days of inventory. We listed approximately 84 homes yesterday. It looks like only 58 were single family homes. So that dropped us down. We were right on this cusp of 21 today, but because we didn't list more homes, we're at 20. So anyway, it's all good. It's all good. We let's see, what did we have yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we had 1,906 single family homes. Today we're down to 1,833 because you closed 81 homes yesterday, of which 59 were single family homes. So that's how it all plays out. And we're selling 125 homes a day, and that's how we determine that there's 20 days of inventory right now in March. Last year we had more inventory, but we were selling 145 homes a day. So just saying, it has really changed. Yeah, 20 homes a day is a lot, but we've got 478 single family homes, 450 and under. We're going to talk about that today as well. And we are still selling $4 million homes a day. We have 418 available. So we either put a lot under contract, which I don't track because yesterday we had 425 available. So we probably put several under contract yesterday. And the big thing with me is the investors. 44 sales a day. We're going to talk about that for just a minute. So let me, let's see. Let's look at this. Put this down. All right. So we talked the other day about population growing. And we have been, over time, our population has increased. Let's put this up here too. How could I make myself smaller? It just doesn't ever want to do that for me. Put me in the back, but it won't. Hang on. Let's see if I can. I know when Jimmy's on here, I'm sure he wonders, do you really know how to use this? Hold on. No, it won't go over there. Anyway, what we're saying is that, so from 2021 to 2025, we had 266,000 new people in those, let's say, roughly 4 years. So we were growing at a rate of about 5,000 a month, okay? If you look at what they're projecting for 2022 to 2060, which is 38 years. I know that's a long haul. If you even average that out, that's 2,192 monthly newbies coming to Las Vegas. That means net. That means after people leave and the people that stay. And that's 1 million in population growth over those 38 years. But the point is, right now we're growing at 5,000 per month, 5,000 plus per month. And it's saying over time it's going to be 2,200 per month. So it's going to be interesting because I'm sure that somebody's going to deep dive into that a little bit so that they put it in chunks, because something is going to have to happen to keep up our infrastructure, to add new schools, and all those things that are required when you're adding new residents, and whether residents want to come here or not based on those factors. So you have to take all those things into consideration when you think about where your business is going, where you're going to grow it. One of the things that we've been talking about a lot is investors. And when you look at this chart, and this was on the news today. I think this is also in the RJ today. Yes, this is in the RJ. That's where I got this. Las Vegas, we're number 3 in increase in rental home prices. We are 32.9% increase. And that is huge. That puts us, well, Tampa, Miami area is at the top of the list with 37.1%. Increase in rent at $1,999. And that's, you might as well say 2,000, but whatever. And then Phoenix is up there at $1,884. And here we are at $1,805. So there's not a lot of difference between us and Phoenix, but between us and Tampa, $200 a month is a lot of money. You can buy a lot of stuff with $200 a month, especially with inflation and higher gas prices and food and so on. So our rental is inflating or increasing. This is not necessarily inflation. This is increase. So there's a difference. Inflation is caused by printing more money so people can buy more. And the result is inflation. So anyway, when you look at Salt Lake City, 1,600, Richmond, Virginia, around 1,500, and so on. So let me just show Boston and San Jose. Let me put that here for you. Yeah, Boston is 2,700 a month, and San Jose is 3,000 a month to rent. So, and the one thing they don't show here is the square footage for what you're getting, and we can deep dive into that in another day. However, that is what I want to kind of talk to you a little bit today about where you should perhaps be focusing your energies. And I would think, I think it might be investors, because investors, like I said here, more investors? I think so. I think if investors are going to get a bigger return on their money, because the price of the condos in particular aren't growing as fast as the rents. Okay, so they can buy a home or a condo or a townhome and enjoy a much more fruitful cash flow than they're getting now. So one of the things I will tell you, what I've noticed since we do have a property management business, is that a lot of these condos and homes, as I know, you all are out there, you know this, I'm not telling you anything you don't know if you're in the real estate business, but everybody is kind of, what shall we say, they are remodeling, right? They're getting rid of the old stuff and bringing in the new stuff. And so that's giving, more value to places, because those particular places, rent faster and for more money. So that's happening. I see that all over the place. In fact, we're doing that ourselves. So because we want to attract a couple more, this $1,800 a month. If we left the place like we bought it, it would probably be $1,400. So over time, it's worth it to remodel it. Anyway, that's what a lot of people are doing. That, of course, is good for our economy, because, the Home Depots, the Lowe's, and all the different home improvement mom and pop stores, and Floor and Decor, and all those places, they're really seeing a spike in business. And I know, because for my own experience, when I went to get the flooring for our condo that we bought, everything I liked was out of stock, or was like 4 to 5 weeks out. So I went across the country to find other sources, and other sources aren't out of stock, which tells me, like I went on the East Coast, they weren't out of stock. Even in California, I was surprised, because I think that's where I finally ended up getting my flooring, and I got it like within days. And the service was fantastic. It's a company called Build Direct, and everything was just super duper. So if you are investing, hopefully, in real estate, not just selling it to other people and buying it for other people, but you should be investing yourself. So, because believe it or not, someday you'll be as old as me. The good Lord willing, right? Anyway, so I would be looking to perhaps look at my business plan and add some investors to it. And I've told you several times how easy that may be to do it, especially because when you look at the money that investors in the past have invested, and you can get that by looking at your tax link, and you can pull up all the non-owner occupieds, and you can go back, and you might be able to get your title company to do this as well, but you can go back and you can look at those investors and say, well, maybe they want to sell, maybe because of all this equity, because they bought when we were having the foreclosure boom or bust, because it did hurt a lot of people, so I hate to say boom, but anyway, it was booming with foreclosures. Those people, they bought those condos back then, for instance, like $85,000, even some as low as $50,000 for a 1-bedroom. Anyway, they've got lots of equity, so you can tap into them and say, "Hey, why don't we sell this one and buy 2 more?" Right? You've got all this equity. Let's leverage your money and let's buy 2, because look at the increase in cash flow. So there's a lot of pitches, if you want to say, or scripts you can come up with to get these investors to perhaps sell what they bought back then and invest in 1 or 2 more. So just saying, that's a good idea, because I think the investors are going to continue to come as the prices of housing rises and the the buyers of houses go down, you still want to have a book of business. So you might want to think about that. So to that end, today in our marketing tips, we're going to get Jason Pantana back. I really like Jason. Now, one of the things is that Jason is going to tell you what to do, but he doesn't always tell you how to do it. And Kane and I do social media classes periodically. We don't do them that often. And I'll tell you why. Because we charge $449 for 6 hours of training. And we give you free Facebook ads so that you don't have to go through that grueling process of creating them yourself. Well, there's not a lot of people that want to spend that much money for that, because you really can do it yourself. At trial and error, done is better. I mean, what do they say? Done is better than perfect. I think he even says that. So there's a lot of these things that you can learn on your own. Kane and I are talking about we're working on a educational platform, and we're probably going to put these our training sessions into webinars and into our platform, so that you can go and rinse and repeat and back up and go forward and figure it out without coming into the classroom. And then we might have just a follow-up class to help people who have actually gone to our webinar and still have questions. So we've got lots of ideas coming up this year. So let's listen to Jason, because he is really, really doing a great job. I didn't put my earphones on. Hopefully, I'm sure my microphone is still there, so I can hear him too. Okay. All righty. Let's get on with this with Jason. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. All right, Jason.
Viewers, we're in a weird location, aren't we? That's because we're doing our brand new kickoff event of Sales and Marketing Edge in Orlando, fabulous golf course country, Orlando, Florida. And I'm actually on a break while Jeff is talking in the room right now to all of our audience. And I'm going to go back and do another session. So if you're noticing the very yellowish background, that's literally a hotel lobby, and there's a very good chance you're going to hear carts and noise around this video, but that's how committed we are to making videos and helping you level up your marketing. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Today we're going to talk about 5 easy hacks to actually generate more inbound customer leads, buyers, sellers, referrals on your Instagram profile. So a lot of people are on Instagram and they're struggling because they're like, I'm making posts, I'm making videos, I'm generating engagement, but I'm not getting anybody to raise their hand and say, we're looking to buy a house, we're looking to sell a house, or we know somebody who is. And so today's video is all about what you can do to prime the pump, what you can do to actually create leverage so that people know they can reach out to you through DMs, through links, and all the stuff we're going to dive into today, so that you can build your pipeline and generate more listings, more buyers, more opportunities. My name is Jason Pantana. I'm a business coach with Tom Ferry, and I am super pumped to be talking to you for this week's episode of This Week in Marketing. And of course, we're talking about Instagram. So without further ado, drum roll please, let's dive into our list of 5 tactics to generate more leads on social. Tip number 1 is you need to add a link in bio to your profile, and also you need to integrate calls to action, CTAs, in that link in bio. Because a lot of people, they're doing great on social, they're creating engagement, they're even building a following, but they haven't let people know how they can be reached. And your link in bio is the way you do this. In fact, believe it or not, algorithmically speaking, Instagram pays dividends, so to speak, to people who can drive users to their profile. It's one of the interactions they measure as part of their algorithm. So if you actually say in a post, in the caption, more details, link in bio, people will go to your profile, they'll click the link in bio. That actually bodes well for you, algorithmically speaking. But moreover, it tells people how you can be contacted. I recommend using a tool for your link in bio, like Links, links.co, or like Linktree, for instance, whereby when somebody clicks the one lonely link that you get to put in your Instagram bio, it can actually direct them to basically a dispatch landing page where you can link to all your different CTAs. But here's the question. When was the last time you really thought through, what are my CTAs, i.e. my calls to action? What is my menu?
So let me talk here for just a second, and let me make sure that you can hear me. Hang on just a minute. I want to tell you something about the link tree, for instance. Okay, so you can hear me. The link tree, put myself out there. The link tree that you go to is just a list of things that you calls to action. And if you have landing pages like we do at Agent Formula, you can say, click here to get a list of $400,000 homes. Click here to get a list of $500,000 homes. Click here to get a list of $1 million homes. Click here to get your value of your home. Click here to see the nosy neighbor, what's going on in your neighborhood. All those things you can link. And guess what? Then you capture them as leads. We have that all built in. Just saying that is part of our system to get you more leads. And now with Linktree, they kind of go dovetail. So let's continue.
Of services. How can people hire me for buying, selling, investing, referring? I've got to make people know, like, it's A, B, C, or D, pick a path, work with me. And that's your link in bio. So imagine setting up like Links or Linktree, whereby somebody can click that link, they go to your dispatch where they can see a menu of services. How can I search for homes? Get a free home valuation. Maybe you have one of those estimator calculator situations on your website. You should use it. Maybe you use Calendly to integrate your calendar whereby somebody can say, book a 15-minute consultation, book a full listing appointment. My call to action to you is to set up your calls to action. Somebody goes to your profile, they click your link in bio. Are you routing them to opportunities to work with you? Because again, you can do all the engagement, all the social media, get views in your videos, but if you can't drive people to take that next step in terms of hiring you, candidly, it's all for nothing. On the heels of number one, number two is you need to add contact action buttons on Instagram and literally every page you have, but we're talking Instagram today. You have to set up a business profile of some type. It's really technically called a professional profile, and there's two subtypes. There's a creator profile and a business profile, and I don't care which one you pick, honestly. Real quick, sidebar, pros and cons. The pros of a business profile are that it will give you better access for third-party publishing. So if you use a tool like Hootsuite or Buffer or Later or Sprout Social and you third-party publish content to Instagram and that's really important to you, maybe a business profile is the way to go. But the downside of it is, and this is a big downside in my opinion, is it doesn't really give you much options by way of music for your reels. So if you're making reels and you're using trending audio and licensed music, which I recommend that you should be, you're potentially holding yourself back. So we go to the creator profile as my pick. The perks are it is a professional profile, so you can run ads, you can get insights, and you can add contact action buttons to the actual profile. So in other words, if somebody goes to my profile, Jason Pantana, there's a contact button and it will give that person a drop down of ways to get a hold of me. So for example, you could add an email address, a phone number, or even mapped directions to your place of business. My statement to you is it's simple. Like, look, you do all this work to get somebody ready to work with you, but then you leave them kind of hanging, well, what's my next step? What do we do to actually work with so-and-so? You're so-and-so in this scenario. And what you do is you add a contact action button so they can email you or call you or reach out to you to say, we're looking to buy, sell, invest, refer, whatever. I want to see you land every one of those opportunities. Tip number 3 is you should add a DM code, as in a direct message code, in your bio on your profile. So again, somebody goes to your bio, they're looking you up, they see your username, they see that you sell real estate, they see where you sell real estate. And number 3 is you could say like DM sold strategy to us and we'll respond to you. Now I'm going to get a little bit technical for a quick second here because this one I kind of geek out on. So you can make up the code. It's just whatever phrase you want. So I'm thinking of like the FAR Group Northwest out in Spokane. They have what they call their sold strategy. It's a seller program. And so they could put in their bio, DM us sold strategy. And then here's the real fun technical part. You can set up what's called the Facebook Unified Inbox. It's now called the Meta Unified Inbox. And what it does is it merges all your comments, all your messages from your Facebook business page, and all your comments, all your messages from your Instagram creator or business profile. It puts them in one spot, and you can actually create automated responses that are triggered when they get a specific keyword. That keyword in this case could be sold strategy, and then it basically cues a chatbot to start replying to all these conversations and generating leads. Again, you have not because perhaps you ask not. You have to give people the invitation for how they can work with you. Buying, selling, investing, referring, whatever it takes, I want to see you win in your business. Tip number 4 is you should use the story sticker links thingy. That's not the official word, right? The story stickers links thingy. Okay, let me go backstory for a second. It used to be highly coveted to hit 10,000 followers on Instagram because when you did that, you got the swipe up function. Well, Instagram got rid of the swipe up function. They're like, why wouldn't we give everybody links? And so, yay, Instagram gave everybody links, including you. So when you do your stories and you click the little stickers icon in the top right of the little stories creator section, there is a sticker in there called link. and you have the ability to drive people to various landing pages. So my question to you is, are you driving people to key destinations on your website? What if you're blogging content? What if you're hiring for your team? What if you're doing a special seller program or a special buyer program, or you're doing a webinar just to inform people about what's happening in your local marketplace? You should promote that in your stories and use the link tap button. There's no more swipe up action. And everybody gets it. The link tap button to drive people to that destination. Why? So you can generate leads. Again, social media is great, but people are like, where are the leads? And I'm telling you today, what do I have to do to actually give people the options so they know how to contact me to do business with me? I want to see you win on social, and that means actually getting inbound customer leads. All right, and finally, tip number 5, the one you've all been waiting for or not. I have kind of like a 2-for-1 in this one, so we'll call it 5A and 5B. So 5A is you should actually pay to play and boost your content on Instagram. So again, there's a boost button. You've got that creator profile or a business profile, which gives you the option to run ads. You should boost your content. Here's the why behind that statement. Because your content is already organically priming people who are following you to want to see more of your content and to want to work with you. So what happens if you put money behind that content and you say, Instagram, here's my money, go get me a bigger audience? Well, by extension, that bigger audience becomes more people who can say, I like what this person's doing. They seem like a really competent, really skilled real estate agent. I want to work with them. And then they find your links in your menu of services and they're like, I want to buy. I want to sell, I want to invest, I want to refer. And because you've rolled out the red carpet in terms of how they can work with you, you are bridging that gap so you actually get those leads. But the strategy is simple. Pay to play. Put money behind your content. Go get a bigger audience and by extension, generate more inbound leads and opportunities. That's part A. Part B is a little bit more technical, but it's me and this is what I do. So we're going to get technical, okay? Part B is you actually deploy a full-fledged remarketing campaign. This requires setting up your Facebook Ads Manager, which I am not going to train you on today, but we have content on that stuff. So just go with me for a second, high-level strategy for just a moment. You would go to your Facebook Ads Manager, which by the way, you can only run ads on Facebook if you have a business page, not a personal profile. So I've got my Facebook business page. I've got my Instagram business account, probably a creator profile. Both are really controlled by the same thing, which is called Meta. So I technically am going to do this from my Meta Business Manager. So anyways, all that to say this, go to business.facebook.com. That's how you access your Meta Business Manager where you can find your advertising account. And there's a big glorious button that says audiences. And you can actually create a custom audience. It's called an engagement audience, whereby you can say, hey, Facebook and Instagram, all the people who engage with my content on Instagram, I want to retarget them so that they have to see my content on either Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to go one more layer on that to make sure that made sense for you today. In other words, we're running ad campaigns to promote your content to specifically the people who are already engaging with you on Instagram. And you do this in the Meta Business Manager. Click on audiences, and then you follow the prompts to create a custom audience whereby you are retargeting all the people who have engaged with you on Instagram. Now, again, that's the more technical option. If that's like way over your head, that's okay. Some is better than none, and done is better than perfect. So do the boost, pay to play. But my point to you is do whatever it takes to roll out the red carpet for buyers, sellers, investors, and would-be referral partners who can give you more opportunities and at-bats in your business. I want to see you crush it on social. And part of that is participating in the conversation. Part of that is making really great content. But you know what? We sometimes don't close the loop by making it easy. Number 3, for people to contact us and say, oh, I know exactly how this person can take care of me, and I want to do X, Y, or Z in working with them. Do those things. Take action on this today. And I want to see you crush. Viewers, we're in a weird location.
So he went over that really quickly, but I interrupted in the beginning because it's critical that you use Linktree, or I don't know, he links is the other one, but I like Linktree. I like all the different things you can do with it. And so you add that link to Linktree in your bio, and then when it goes to Linktree, and I'm sure most of you know this, but for those of you who don't, then you can put calls to action there. I know that I see somebody say their website name or something like that, but they don't really compel people to click it. So, like get a list of $1 million homes, get my new relocation guide, learn about the lifestyle in Las Vegas. And then they click and they go to your website and they get the relocation guide, or they go to the landing page. It gives them the list of all the $1 million homes, or the all the other things that we have there. So Or you can take them to the blog. Get the latest market update in Las Vegas. What's happening in Las Vegas? All those things. And all you have to do is put the link in your bio to your link tree. And then in your link tree, put the links to your website that you want them to go, the pages on your website that you want them to go to. And it's easy peasy to do. And so the dividends, like he was saying, really bode well with the algorithm. When you get people to, when you say in your post, oh, check out, the $1 million homes, go to my bio and click Linktree, and you just basically tell them that, and they do it. Well, that engagement builds up your dividends in the algorithm that Instagram uses. And I thought that, you're routing people to your landing page and getting their email address and getting more leads. So the getting leads where people are taking action to get the leads. You're not buying those leads, right, from somebody else. You are creating those leads for yourself. And that way, where they're coming from and why they're coming to you, and that they are coming to you for a reason. Very important. It's really important. And so then he said about the pros and cons of the business page versus the creator page. And I'm all about the creator page, and because I can advertise and I can use the music in my stories, which you should definitely do as well. People like that. Let's see. Then he said add a DM code. Yes, in your bio. Yeah, direct message me for whatever, right? Same thing. And then you take them to, your website, or you take them to a page to book an appointment with you, whatever. But the point is that these mechanisms are here to take you from, the Instagram, which is free, right, to the link tree, which is a couple bucks a month, and then to your website, which is not that expensive. It's this agent formula, because you have all these tools right there for you. And then the story sticker link thingy. Now, this is a big one, because like he said back in the beginning, 10,000, you had to have 10,000 followers before you got the swipe up. And I kind of disagree with him a little bit, because I think that was they wanted more people to get more engagement in the beginning so that they could build up their platform. I think that's where it all began. But once they realized that, they had enough people in their platform, then they got rid of the swipe up, because everybody should be able to link. Because now the people who are on there, the vendors, like real estate agents, then you can engage with people to buy something from you, or you can give them something for free and then get leads. So that was really the story sticker link, which is up in the right-hand corner of the sticker, if I'm correct. And you just go to the link, which can then take them to the landing page or a blog or whatever you're talking about. And then number 5, pay to play, boost on Instagram. And he talked about the audiences. Now, Facebook owns Instagram. So if you go to create the audiences, guess what? And it'll say, where do you want this particular boost to go? Well, you want it to go to Instagram, right? Okay, hold that thought. The other thing you can do, if you have a farm, and you can upload that audience. So that CSV file, which is your farm. And hopefully you have paid to get email addresses and phone numbers, because that will help Facebook know that these are people that have Facebook accounts, right? Anyway, so that you can retarget them and have your own customized audience. You can also have a customized audience of people that looked at your videos, people that engaged with you. It's just amazing, all the things that you can take advantage of in this new social media world. And like Katie Lance always used to tell me, Ruth, it's rented ground. You're not going to, it could go away tomorrow. So anyway, at least if you've touched people while we have this free ground that is rented ground, but that doesn't cost anything unless you pay to play, but that's a different story, different meaning. So what you want to do is get as many engagements now as you can. You never know what's going to happen when it's not yours. So get as many leads as you can that are targeted to what you have to offer. Anyway, I just thought that was a great, it's 10 minutes. I cut a little bit here and there to make it 10 minutes so that I wouldn't take up too much of your time. But being able to create customized audiences is really cool. And as he was talking, I was thinking, well, once Kane and I do our webinar, then we'll have a workshop for people to come in and that have issues or questions or technical difficulties, like so many of us do, and work through those so that you can take advantage of these things. And Kane is working diligently on the Thinkific platform so that we can provide all these things easily to you. Anyway, that is it for today. We have a class this week. I don't want to forget. Where did I put it? Show, Ruth, show. Well, let's see. March. Here we go. March. There it is. Okay, it is on Thursday, and it's ethics class 2 to 5, and it's called Show Me the Money. And you can go to bee.vegas. You can come into the classroom, and on our new page, let's see, let me find my new page here. On our new page, you'll come, this is where you're going to land. And if you scroll down, you will see all the classes, and it'll say Zoom or in person. You can click that or not. It's up to you. If you come in, hopefully we have enough room, but we'd like to know at least who's coming in person so that we can say, whoops, we've got a full house, which we haven't had lately since the pandemic. So you're probably cool. So anyway, this is the landing page you're going to get. And when you scroll down, you're going to see the classes. So, and I don't have that one, I don't think. Nope. Anyway, have a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. I love this time of year, and I'm a little bit over schedule. So I love you all. Please give me a comment, give me a like, something, so I know that my time isn't wasted.